so a lot of kids don't know these jobs are even out there. And we need to connect them with those jobs and those professionals so that they know that there's an opportunity to do something different than what everybody else is doing. So we want to bring it to them so that the kids get into the jobs and get paid well. Yeah, I'm Austin Ernesti. I am the founder of Trajectory. We are a forestry and natural resource education nonprofit in the state of Oregon. Really our big thing is brokering relationships between K through 12 students and industry professionals in forestry. So it's really cool because we get to take all of the loggers and the foresters and the fish biologists and everybody else and go into classrooms, into existing curriculum that's there. And then we get to take those same exact kids and we get to take them out to active job sites or out into the forest, and we get to show kids that there's jobs out there for them. We work with schools and work in their existing programs. So for them, it's more about learning about sustainable forestry, natural resource management stuff, and just getting that education, that connection. Because you will talk to kids. I talk to kids all the time who say like, yeah, we need to save the planet from climate change. Never cut down a tree and build everything out of plastic. And they believe that's absolutely correct. And so we need this education out there. When it comes to the job sector stuff, when kids graduate, we've absolutely placed kids from our programs in some of the exact field trips that they went and visited. But we also take people who dropped out of school and we find them locations, and we give scholarships out to people who are going to study forestry or silviculture. Primarily so far over the last 2 years, we're just a baby organization. We've worked with mostly high school kids and some middle school, but we just actually opened up a program with an elementary school, Nass Elementary, up in Boring, Oregon. And so we want to do K through 12 full. It's just, we're limited right now by the size of our organization, but we want to grow and have programs like this for K through 12 across the whole state and eventually maybe even the whole nation. The entire timber industry understands right now there's a problem with the workforce. Everybody's aging out, and there's not new people coming into this industry, but that's kind of the story of a lot of the trades. And the truth of the matter is that kids don't, something we say all the time is, how do you know what to look for if you don't even know that it exists? And so a lot of kids don't know these jobs are even out there. And we need to connect them with those jobs and those professionals so that they know that there's an opportunity to do something different than what everybody else is doing. I have a lot of college education myself, but to be honest, not everybody's meant for the exact same program, and not everybody needs to go to college. The thing we say all the time is there's a job in the woods for everybody. So if you got a GED or a PhD, we still need you there. We need everybody, and people just don't know those careers exist out there. So we want to bring it to them so that the kids get into the jobs and get paid well. The reason I got into this though is that I was a kid who No Child Left Behind came about when I was in high school, and I went from being quirky to stupid really quick. But I knew I had to have college, and I knew I couldn't afford it because we were poor and I didn't have the grades. I graduated bottom third of my class or whatever. So I had to join the Army in order to be successful. And then I got into the Army. It was like, oh, thing A goes into thing B. I was like, oh, I get it. And before you know it, I'm launching missiles and running X-ray machines and doing all kinds of stuff. It's like, oh, I'm not dumb at all. Nowadays, I have 3 college degrees and a master's, but I didn't fit into that regular block of a classroom. So I think there's a lot of kids that are like me that are out there, and listen, we can't all be doing the same thing. I go crazy if I sit behind a desk all day. And so I came out here to Oregon, and I realized that the tree stuff is just farming with trees, and that's all it is. And I started learning about the history and meeting all the people, and I just fell in love with the entire industry. Yeah, so you can actually check us out at trajectorynw.org. We also have a Facebook page, Trajectory NW, and a YouTube page, which you really should check out, Trajectory NW. We've got videos up there from our Forest Fest that we throw up in Sandy during the summer. You can see some of our field trips and highlight videos from our scholarship dinners as well, so you can kind of see what we do. And it's cool little stuff, man. It's kids planting trees, it's kids running excavators, and everything in between.
If it's me that you need, you miss me, though I don't pick up your call.